This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
Welcome to Taiwan Talk. I'm Eric Smith, and today I'm with Colette Sun. Is that right? Sun?
Yep.
You are the Vice General Manager of Media Sphere Communications Company, and you guys do a lot of exhibitions in Taiwan.
Yes, in the past 2 decades.
I think you guys also did the Pulitzer Prize winning photographs exhibition.
Yeah, in the early of this year. At the same time, we got at least 3 or 4 exhibitions going on at the same time in whole Taiwan.
Right.
Yeah.
But today we're talking about something really unique. A real mammoth is coming to Taiwan.
Yeah.
Naturally, it is not alive.
But it looks like alive.
It does, huh?
Yes. You can still see her hair, skin, bones, and of course you won't be able to see her bones. But the scientists in the Russian, they took out her scalp from her body, and then they do the science research in the March, and then they took out the scalp, so you will be able to see the real mammoth. We call her Yuga. And her skull will be outside of her body.
Is the brain still intact?
Yes, but they already took it out and they put it in the Moscow because they are going to do some research. You know, right now we are thinking about maybe we should call it. Probably sooner you will be able to see a live mammoth because the scientists in the Russian and the Japan, according to my information, they are trying to. Colonize.
Recreate
mammoths. Yes. So
why would they want to do that? Just out of curiosity. What would be the point? Just because it's cool?
I think so. Or they try to recreate, the scenario back to the 400,000 years ago, and they want to look the real mammoths they running or they living in our modern world.
So this mammoth, the Yucca, is approximately 400,000 years old.
Yes, according to the scientific research. Yeah, and she is 10 years old, and of course she is a female. And when they discovered it at 2010, it's completely without any damage. I mean, from his outfit outlook.
The outer body was completely preserved.
Yes, and they still can find the bones and the brain, as we talk about, the brain tissues and the hairs, and almost so far it's the most completed mammoth reserved by the in Siberia.
So it was found in what they call permafrost, right?
Yes, permafrost, yes.
So what's the theory about how she died? She just sort of wandered into a swamp or something and got stuck, and do they have an idea of?
According to this, the scientists, the Academy of Science of the Republic of Saha, they say it probably just hungry because during that time it probably the whole world is like a cooler, and so they cannot those giant animals, they cannot find another food to feed themselves up, and they don't will be able to get a warmer place. So probably that's the most popular theory about the death of the cause for the mammoth.
Died of starvation.
Yes.
I see.
Yep. I stand for that theory. Okay.
Okay, so they found this mammoth. Then what? They carved it out of the ice in a block of ice.
Yes,
put it on the back of a truck and took it to the local capital, or
yeah, it pretty much like the story because there has mammoth hunters in the Siberia area, especially in the Republic of Saha. So every summer, that's only maybe less 2 months because the weather in the Arctic is quite unstable. So those mammoth hunters, they went to the Arctic to find if they can see any. Their first target is the mammoth ivory.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
Because it's still available right now, but it's also it's not it's quite popular goods actually, especially for the crayfish.
It's valuable.
So, yes, and I cannot say it's a accident, but normally every year right now they can find at least one mammoth or other giant woolly animals back to that time. So I think the story is quite simple. That's in the summer of the 2010. Her mammoth hunters, they just she went to the somewhere in the I say that place is Yokagir. There has a community called Yokagir. The hunters went to the area and just find out there's probably the ivory on it, and then they discovered the yoga. Yeah, and then of course they called a scientist in the Academy of Science, and then they took it back to the institution and they reserve it, they cleaned it up and do some research. And in the 2013, they decided to launch it, start from Japan, and Taiwan will be the second stop all over the world.
Thanks for listening to Taiwan Talk. I'm Eric Smith reporting for ICRT. Tune in tomorrow for more info on the upcoming Mammoth exhibition.
This is Taiwan Talk.
This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
I'm Eric Smith, and this is Taiwan Talk. Today I'm speaking again with Colette Shen, the director of a group that has staged some very interesting and impressive exhibitions across Taiwan over the past few decades. This coming Saturday, their company will be opening a display at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall featuring a woolly mammoth dug up from the Siberian permafrost in 2010. I asked Ms. Shen about the logistics of moving such a rare and delicate creature. How do the scientists preserve the frozen remains of an animal? You have to keep it pretty cool, right?
Yes, it's really, really cool. It's the first time I saw yoga in the last summer. I went to the Yakutsk, the capital of the Republic of Saha, and they put it into the a container, but they already modify it into a cooler.
A refrigerator.
Yes,
yeah.
And the temperature is always under 15 degrees Celsius.
零下15度.
Yes, 零下15度. And during the transportation, the temperature will even lower, minus 20 degrees Celsius, because as you know very well, the yoga was preserved in the permafrost. And so the scientists have to keep it in the same degree to keep it just like the 4,000 years, the 400,000 years ago. So that's the only way to keep the yoga still look like what it was before.
So when they fly this mammoth from Japan to Taiwan or wherever, do they need some sort of special plane, or can you use an ordinary 747, or what's the deal?
Okay, because it's way too big.
Even
though she's only 10 years old, but it's a mammoth, so it's pretty heavy. It's over I think almost 200 kilograms.
200 kilo or 2,000 kilograms.
200.
200公斤.
Yeah. 她只有10岁. So she's not an adult mammoth.
Okay, so only 200 kilos.
Yeah, it's just a small kid, 10 years, little girl, something like that.
So how tall is it?
I think it's because it's right now she's under the how is that condition of shrink. Right. So the real height from her back to the toe is 130 centimeters.
Okay. Yeah. So I was expecting something much bigger, but actually it's a baby mammoth.
It's not a baby mammoth because we do have another baby mammoth in our exhibition, but it's not a complete one. You can just see the parts of the baby mammoth, but we will call her young adult or teenagers. Okay. Yeah. So actually, it's way too heavy, and Yoka come with her friend. We call her. Also, a little girl is a Kolima. She's a rhinos.
A woolly rhinoceros.
Yes, it's a very rare, even now, because it's also the complete one. You can see her iron,
the horn,
and her head from her tail, and all even some hairs on her. I think left head leg.
It's so weird to think that there was once rhinoceroses running around Russia.
Yeah, and especially imagine the rhinos with long hair.
Yeah.
It's a pretty weird
bizarre
and cool, right?
Yes.
So I invite everybody come to the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall to see those two real giant ancient mammoths animals.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you mentioned that the exhibit is at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. When does
Yes.
it start?
It starts on the 16th of the November to the next March 2nd. So during the winter break and when the Chinese New Year holidays, we would like you guys to see this. I think it's a pretty astonishing natural and scientific discovery.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
these things don't come to Taiwan all that often, so this is a very rare and unique opportunity.
Yes, exactly. And I think the last time is 2008, and I think probably most of people in Taipei or Taichung still remember that exhibition. But in that back to the exhibition, you can only see part of the scout and a small flank of the lake of the mammoths. But for this time, we bring 2 whole
Specimens.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Yuki, and what was the rhinoceros's name?
Kolima.
Okay, looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing both of them.
Yeah.
And Colette Shen, thank you so much for talking
Thank
with
you,
us.
Eric.
I appreciate your time. 谢谢.
Thank you.
After the interview, Ms. Shen clarified that the mammoth is not actually put on an aircraft, but is instead shipped by sea or by rail when needed, as planes are not generally equipped to handle the large coolers the animal specimens need to be housed in. And again, the show begins this Saturday the 16th and runs through March at the CKS Hall in Taipei. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Eric Smith reporting for Taiwan Talk.